fight heavy style of composition in comparison to the Blacklist International, who want to stay as 5.
Yeah, but I kind of feel like with that Bane pick, it's very difficult for you to win this team fight, because essentially you have to force MP to use the deadly catch early so that the quad doesn't get stopped when he uses his blazing duet. But again, looking at having the Faramis as well as a very heavy front line with the Hilda and the TLID, I kind of feel like he will have plenty of time to wait before he uses his deadly catch. So honestly, looking at the draft here, Blacklist International is definitely the favorite to win the team fight.
All right, let's see how they're going to play this out. It's going to be Alter Ego on the red side up against Blacklist International on the blue side. In terms of emblems, Master Assassin, as well as a bit of Vitality coming in from highs, knowing that there is a potential to punish if AE are going to rotate to his side of the map, which I'm expecting him to do so. But with an early invade stealing away that purple, Alter Ego going to get slowed down from Suyo hitting that level 4 on time.
Yeah, and again, I kind of feel like that Master Assassin is setting up so that he can actually go. Oh, but hold on. Looks like a bit of a scuffle here in the mid, but Gabe as well as Dreams is able to get away. And Alter Ego really needs to avoid these early fights. And JM Pikmin is down in deep, and he gets first blood onto Gabe, but JM Pikmin, he will die himself. But I gotta tell you, man, I kind of feel like that is worth it.
Oh, it's so worth it. I mean, yes, Phoveus is going to be able to catch back up, even though JM Pikmin was doing a good job in lane, but he's punching above his weight. He's slowing down Gabe even more than he already was, losing out on that purple buff. So at this point, Blacklist International, they can actually play this pretty slow and steadily, like outplay.
Now that I think about it, if somehow Blacklist International gets another kill onto Gebe, that actually might be GG, because if his goal is lower than Dreams, that's a very bad spot to be, because you're denying that roam boots. And speaking of which, Alter Ego, they're forcing this turtle, and they really need to get this, and then they're able to get it. So that's one way they're recovering a bit of the farm.
And I mean, it's totally fine, because Blacklist International, with or without the turtle, isn't that big of a deal, right? JB is still level 4. MP has been power farming the top side of the map and even alleviated pressure for Outplayed. He's down again, 2 levels ahead of JB as the next clear is coming through.
And we're looking at the levels here. Yeah, MP has been farming quite well. Everyone else is more or less the same, but looks like a fight happened up top, and Outplay actually still survives that. Kiza is here to help out, able to get Outplayed, but Dreams has to be traded. But again, I feel like if you're able to take down the high rave early in the game, that's a good play by Alter Ego.
They found their tempo breaker here. At the very least, you know, neutral objectives still pretty uncontestable at this point of time. Let's see how MP is going to play around it, because at this point it's a bit of a recovery period as Alter Ego do take the lead back from Blacklist International, and you can see that the mid trio is going to be a very important proponent of it. Keep in mind, they did lose 2 battle spells, 2 flickers for the cost of Outplayed, and I mean, Outplayed is more than happy to just sit in lane for the next 5 minutes.
Yeah, and now honestly, MP, he has a choice. Whether he wants to save his deadly catch for a big fight, or he'll just visit a lane, throw it out to chunk down the turret a little bit, and then continuously farm. Because this is the advantage that he has as a Bane, where Alter Ego, they themselves want to farm a little bit onto Dream. So he can choose. He doesn't have to save it. He can use it for turrets, or if they're playing a fight, then just save it.
Okay, they've got priority, and JM, he's running up the river. There could be a potential fight that could happen here, but in the next 13 seconds or so, looks like Blacklist International don't find the right conditions just yet. They just want to hit level 8, and then move on towards Turtle side and look to potentially punish Alter Ego if they want to take a fight with a man down.
Yeah, right now, it looks like both teams do want to contest the turtle. I kind of feel like Blacklist International, they can force a fight. It looks like Alter Ego, they want this.
Well, they're going to start off the Raging Sandstorm with the Netherrealm. Nobody is able to be killed. Nothing they could do. And they even bring in Outplayed for this team fight as well to kind of boost him up with another kill and an assist underneath his belt. It's a very clean take from Blacklist International for the turtle as they swap the lane so that Outplay can actually farm up the turret plane and they catch back up the highs.
And this is where we start to see the strength of the draft Blacklist International has, because again, this is a very strong team fighting comp, and there's a lot of utility in that previous fight. looks like up top, looks like they want to engage onto GM Pikmin, but it looks like he's able to get away. Heis has to use the Blazing Duet, but just to clear the minion wave. In terms of the goal, with one fight, Blacklist International is way ahead. 1.7k ahead, in fact.
Now, we gotta keep in mind the shape of how these fights need to look like. For Alter Ego, they definitely want to break the battle lines. Oh, Gibby, that probably wasn't the Blazers you were looking for. Gets bailed out by Dreams. Very dangerous movements here. He's got to make sure that his ability, his cooldowns for mobility options are still available if ever he wants to instigate a fight.
And now it looks like they want to continue on to Heis. Blacklist International want to keep up the pressure. They're looking at this top lane, and all 5 members are here. I kind of feel like Alter Ego, they gotta let it go. Circling Eagle is used, but looks like they're just gonna retreat. They're not gonna fight head on with Blacklist International. Gabe is going mid. Looks like he's not able to get much advantages there.
They're slowing down that mid rotation. I definitely think there was a point of contention where maybe Gebe could have looked to actually crack open that tier 1, but instead he's focusing on that farm, leaving Nino out for now. Dreams, he needs to pull him back, but unfortunately Nino is left out to die. Vengeance being popped at the same time, and even the Deadly Catch being thrown towards Dreams' side. Blacklist International are just bulldozing through the line of Alter Ego. You will not slow us down. We will take what we want.
Oh, and Heis in the backline looks like he is safe with the BMI, but Blacklist International, they're just pushing because they know they're strong and they move in. They got Gebe and Roundel, even though he got the farm, is all his going down. Killing spree for Haji, and at this point, Alter Ego, they want to fight back, but now the Netherrealm has been popped. Alter Ego does not have enough damage to deal with Blacklist International.
Blacklist International, I was wondering about their chemistry for the longest time here at SBS, but it has been steadily growing, and it's getting better and better. With the movements that we're seeing with the Shadow Stampede coming in from Haji, pulling them into Perkziva, who bothered to even throw out his Raging Sandstorm in the first place, Blacklist International maintains such good pressure, and they're going to keep on doing this, right? They've got the tempo, they've got pressure as well, and unfortunately for Alter Ego, they're getting stat checked.
This is the kind of advantage when you have a player like Haji that can play amazing as a mid laner as well as a roamer, where he can choose here that can do both. Just like a Faramis, you can help out your team in terms of like making sure that they don't die with the Netherrealm, but at the same time, if you want some kind of engage, he can do that. Blacklist International, he got a big buff with Haji playing this Faramis.
Oh yeah, and he's apparently he's got the biggest difference compared to his opposing laner Roundel. At this point, Blacklist International are just making sure playing 4-1 even, just to keep their eyes available, because Penguin's never gonna die to Gebe at this point, or even to Dreams, and as long as they have vision over both of them, Blacklist International will continue to punish the other 3 who are just trying to clear the wave.
And now we can see the speed that Blacklist International can move around the map with both the Hilda as well as the TLID. It does look like they understand that Alter Ego, they want to split up the map, so they pick both these picks very, very early so that in case anything happens, one of them can go and slow them down or potentially stop them dead in their tracks. And Pikmin looks like he's going to get picked off, use the flicker to get away, and we can see the difference of gold here really hurting Alter Ego, where 4 members is unable to pick off 1 member of Blacklist International.
This game is looking really unplayable, right? Because again, Blacklist International aren't just focused on the waves and gaining priority, but they're also keeping in mind the rotational pass for the jungle clear, right? As soon as that orange buff comes back up, they're moving towards that side of the map to push Suyo out of there. If Gebe is unable to find any farm, then these neutral objectives are so free for Blacklist International, and they can basically just sit on top of the Lord Pit, right? They want Alter Ego to actually come into them.
My worry here is that they might not have enough damage from Alter Ego to really deal with Blacklist International. Zaman Force has been used by Outplay just to zone them away, letting MP get this Lord for free.
This is such a tough game. Such a tough game. Endless battle already being finished up by MP as he's about to hit max level as well on the next 2 clears. This is not looking great for Alter Ego, because even so, the people who I'm hoping have enough items to tempo break, like Heis or maybe even Nino, they're kind of underfarmed. Oh!
Looks like Dreams and Gaby are able to get away, but that's all they can do. But they want to fight. Now they have advantage in the turret, but Haji with the Netherrealm Netherrealm is able to survive for now. Nino goes in, Highs goes in, shut down onto Haji, and now they find MP. Can they actually get him? Gibby will try to move forward. MP is able to get out of that bad situation, but outplayed. You're looking for an opportunity. Going with the Zaman Force, trying to chase after them, but looks like he's not going to force it out. They're just going to get this turret.
Dreams bailing them out of some pretty tough situations, but unfortunately for James Pigman, oh, so close! But AE don't want to go further to finish off that kill. At this point, it's all about the defense, and despite everything, I think that was their best attempt from Alterego to try and pull this game back into their control. Golden Staff finally finished by Highs, and even the Radiant Armor is done for Nino. But I don't think it's going to be enough just yet. The next item, Power Spikes for the side of Blacklist International, should be coming up in about, I'd say give or take 6,000 for Outplayed specifically, because he hasn't stopped farming. He's been finding kills on the map as well. He's very supercharged and very accelerated this game.
Yeah, honestly, I was very much worried Alterego doesn't have enough damage, but in the previous fight, it does look like they do have damage. Now, to be fair, we got to put asterisk that a turret was helping out. The turret was attacking Haji the entire time, so that does help out in terms of the damage, but it does look like Alterego, there is a chance. But how many chances can you have just like that? Because now they only have their inhibitors, and Blacklist International, they don't have to force it out. They're just waiting for the Lord so that they can get a free inhibitor. Now James Pigman is just zoning them away.
Yeah, and now that he's spot out too, they're all rotating for this, and James Pigman, he doesn't mind taking the damage for now. If it causes a reaction, Ziva might be able to see the rest of them. He spots out 3, but really, they care more about the Lord than anything else. And you're right, Blacklist International don't have to force these fights out. And honestly, at this point of the game, with a 5k gold lead, as we move on to the 12th minute and the second Lord, I think that Blacklist International are the ones who have to give that free pass over to Alterego. It's their decision whether or not they will give Alterego that chance.
Yeah, at this point, I'm not so sure what's the window for Alterego. Like, what will have to happen for them to say, we can take this fight? Like, the most obvious one, I guess, is that Haji accidentally misclicks his ult, and then using the Netherrealm early, and then maybe you can go in for a fight, but what are the chances of that actually happening?
It's pretty low, honestly. Pretty low unless, you know, you can bait Haji with a low member. I think that's the only way. Just, you know, trigger those killer instincts. Let's see how they play out this Lord fight. At this point, Blacklist International, as you mentioned, don't need to force it out. And every time Alterego come to take space, Blacklist International happily gives it to them. They've got priority down on bot side. A wave is building up there. So Blacklist International are not inclined to do anything at this point.
Yeah, it's very smart by JM Pigman. He was actually setting up that slow push by just killing out the front minions, making it so that slowly but surely they're building this wave. And the bottom lane, it's really built up. And now JM Pigman, he's controlling the top as well. So he's really doing a lot for the macro of Blacklist International. And now they even get the Lord.
Ziva, he's going to Raging Sandstorm out of there. Manages to survive still. They even had the insurance, health insurance of the Deadly Catch as well. Oh, wait, no, they want to continue fighting even further. With the Netherrealm already popped on the opposite head, Eyes is able to get into the back line, and Nino is able to cut him off. JM Pigman goes down to Jebe, and 2 members at the cost of nothing for the side of Alterego. Despite the health insurance, it doesn't cover everything.
Now, we just talked about it. What's the green light for Alterego is when Haji just used his Netherrealm early. And you said someone, you know, gets very low in it and he has to use it. And I was like, okay, that happened. But that is like, there's no way Blacklist International stays for the fight. But yeah, did they make that mistake?
They really did. And right now, Dreams really far out of position, taking so much damage as Haji is going to chase after him. But in the meantime, Alterego will take full control, right? They won that team fight. They're looking for their spoils of war, and that's going to be the mid-tier 1 to open up this map a little bit more. Remember, Highs, he's already got 4 items in the bag. He's been consistently farming, hasn't lagged behind Outplayed, who at this moment is looking for that 3rd item. He needs to get, he needs to eventually, actually, no, he doesn't need a defensive item. If he wants to be greedy, he can, but JM Pigman, once again, opening up this map very nicely for Blacklist.
Gideon, honestly, this is very impressive. Look at the goal difference. It's not that much. In the mid lane, there's a lot, but now even Highs is actually having a bit of an advantage over Outplayed. Now, this is very impressive. Highs is really showing up, and now that the Wishing Lantern has been built by Roundel, a lot more ways that they can handle the front line of Blacklist International. If Blacklist waits a bit longer and the Divine Glaive gets built up by Alter Ego as well, GM Pikmin, MP, as well as Prixiva, they're not going to be all that tanky, and Dream Shield and Heal will be, I would say, superior compared to their tankiness.
Well, I mean, Alter Ego, they've equalized very nicely against Blacklist International. Now reducing the gold lead to 1.5k. It's not going to be as easy for Blacklist International to kind of bulldoze their way through ever since the mid-game. But now looking at the damage leaderboard, Rondella has been doing a pretty good job as well, right? He's been finding a lot of value from his Shadow Strikes. And even for JM Pinkman, as much as he likes opening up the map, as you mentioned, with that Wishing Lantern, he probably won't be able to do that as often now.
Yeah, like, again, looking at the damage that Heis is able to deal out against GM Pikmin, I feel like Blacklist International, they need to start respecting the damage coming in from Alter Ego, because, yeah, now looks like they can definitely do it. Speaking of which, Heis so far has very good discipline in making sure that he doesn't overcommit with his Blazing Duet, because so far, 0-0 and 3, he hasn't made a mistake that really cost Alter Ego the game. Sure, Nino, Roundel, and Dreams have been caught out a little bit, but as the main damage dealer, Heis is doing very well.
Okay. JM Pinkman taking a good amount of damage here, doesn't lose his battle spell, and now Alter Ego's plan is in full effect. Rondell getting chunked down, outplayed, finds him with the help of the Zaman Force, finding his resets and maintaining perfect distance. Good footsies from Blacklist International, and with Rondell down, they know for a fact that their Cult Altar or their Netherrealm is not going to be stolen away to be used by their opponents. They're going to take this Lord very easily, unless Prixiva is willing to give another kill on over. Doesn't seem to be the case. Another Zaman Force and a Deadly Catch. They take that Lord. They're looking to reset and push in for the end.
Yeah, that was actually quite good that the Alter Ego was able to, I would say, push Prixiva away, because I kind of feel like if Prixiva has a little bit more HP, he might even commit a Raging Sandstorm to get one member of Alter Ego. But looking at the wave clear here, honestly, is not the best coming in from Alter Ego. I still feel like they can defend for sure, but they probably will have to sacrifice one inhibitor, especially with the charge that Blacklist International have with the Raging Sandstorm as well as the Zaman Force.
Well, Pinkman getting chunked out heavily here. With the help of Haji, deters the rest of the members, but the Lord, as well as the empowered minions, are going to be moving together at this point of time. Now, interestingly enough, Blacklist International, if they do want to guarantee at least one of those inhibitor turrets, it's from the Lord side. But if they want more than that, they can commit a couple... Oh, interesting. MP, early Winter Crown here. Not going to...
Bit of a mistake.
Yeah, he's not going to have it for the upcoming fight. I mean, regardless, they still get at least one inhibitor, right?
Yeah, Roundel also made a mistake where I feel like he wanted the Netherrealm, but he accidentally take away the Zaman Force. So unfortunately, Alter Ego will not have an ult coming in from Roundel.
Well, he gets chunked to 50% here.
He got it.
As soon as they're holding it, it gets bit back up. Outplay getting chunked down still, and he gets out going. Nino finds him, and now they're jumping straight into the back line. The Netherrealm is not going to do it enough as the Deadly Catch only finds two, but it doesn't matter to Heis. He's gutting them down one by one. Oh man, the consistency of this marksman.
Dude, I gotta say, if Alter Ego wins this one, it's because of Heis, man. He's playing this so well. But yeah, now we can start to see Matilda is pretty weak in the early mid-game, but once she has two items, look at the amount of utility she provides for Alter Ego. Like, she just made sure that Heis and Roundel is able to dish out the damage, and Heis especially is dealing a lot of damage.
MP's Crab Claw Cannon isn't doing much now, right? All the pokes just kind of don't matter once they once this Matilda has come on a line. Oh man, they even have the Divine Glaive as well.
Yep.
You can see that EE are getting extremely confident. Look at them walking up.
Yep, now that the Divine Glaive is there, Roundel can deal significant amount of damage. Alter Ego, they gotta be careful, because again, the counter engage coming in from Blacklist is still very, very strong, because if they're caught lacking, they might be caught in the Deadly Catch, and afterwards it's gonna be GG. But Alter Ego, they won the previous fight because they immediately popped Outplay. If they can do that again, then yeah, Alter Ego has a very big chance of actually winning this game. They just got to take out Outplay, which again, is easier said than done.
My eyes are on Nino right now, right? If he's able to get that initial knockup, because keep in mind, Outplayed is not running Purify, he's running Flicker, so he's confident he's not going to get locked down anytime soon, unless he gets, you know, pulled in by Rundell, he hits by a knockup, or even gets feared. That's when the problems start to occur.
Yeah, we can start to see Roundel with one combo. Forces Prixiva half HP. That's how much damage that you can have with the Divine Glaive as well as the Wishing Lantern. And now Alter Ego, they're really going for this Lord. They gotta be careful because I gotta feel like Blacklist is better here. Jam Pinkman already chunked down very, very low by Alter Ego. And now the Lord has been reset. Alter Ego is waiting for that opportunity, but the same can be said by Blacklist International.
They're just baiting out ults here. They're trying to see how many resources they can get out. Rundell put down to 1/3. Oh, with the Winter Crown and the Blazing Duet here. Oh no, the timing is perfect coming in for Prixiva. He still manages to get out with the help of his Purify. MP takes out Highs with the Crab Claw Cannon as they're looking for the counter engage. I don't think they have enough damage here, but JB looks straight for the back line towards Outplayed. Saved by the Netherrealm once more. And Nino, he's still alive. He's able to kind of hold that front line with the help and peel from Dreams and Rundell. But that's a devastating fight. More value coming in from Blacklist International.
Oh, MP is so low. Alter Ego, they so want to go in and kill him off. But the support was there. They make sure that MP was able to take that Lord cleanly. The only dev that Highs had so far, that's game-changing, where it was a good idea, but man, the risk, that was so risky, and Blacklist International was so ready to counter that play.
Oh yeah, he was. Thank goodness. I thought initially he had Purify, but no, it's just because he has the extra tenacity, durability from his boots. And I mean, the fact that he had Sprint, managed to try and get out there, the heal just isn't enough in these types of scenarios. Now Nino will get the Twilight Armor. He's expected to get bursted down, but he wants to hold off that front line like he did in that previous Lord fight as they start to push in.
Yeah, Highs, looks like now he's picking up a little bit more damage. But Dreams actually goes in, and now Dreams has to use the Winter Crown, but looks like he might be taken down. MP gets the kill. The Lord marches in, but it looks like the Lord is gonna get taken down. Blacklist International is inside the base of Alter Ego, and now they're charging in mid, getting that mid inhibitor. 2 inhibitors are down. Minions are marching in. Alter Ego with 3 members are gonna have to try to defend. Nino jumps in. It looks like Nino is gonna get taken down, shut down by Haji, and game number 1 goes over to Blacklist International. Woo.